Okay, this is a video for my top 5 sub $30 earphones. $30 US or less, you can get any one of these 5. I've had them all in my possession for quite a while. The newest one would be the HE6se, but there's no new like throw in a new item and hype it by putting it in a list. No, this is just what I've got, what I've listened, what I've liked, and it also happens to be below $30. First one is the BLON 03. Throw that up there. This is $26 right now on Linsol, so I didn't know that. Took a look at it. Purple, I would take the purple. But there it is, 26 bucks. It is a set that has what I want. It's got sub bass at 68. Its gain plateau is about the same, 68.4 at the max. These are very similar. The sub bass and the top of the gain. It's got energy that goes all the way out. Really, you can't. These 711 couplers past 10K, 8K, but there is energy, and I can tell when there's a drop off like a Harmonish type thing because it gives cymbals different energy or less energy, and it also gives a less center space, and everybody that likes those sets knows that it's a different replay. This kind of gives you everything, and for a library like mine, where I've got bass guitars, kick drums, drum kits in general. I've got male and female vocals. I got pianos. I got guitars, acoustic and electric. I got solos. There's a lot of energy going up there. Vocal harmonics are going up there. So stuff with a long or big gain just doesn't work for me. It's not my thing, and it's because of the library that I listen to that dictates what I think something sounds. It's not about technicalities. That's when I'll rank something on my list as one being over the other. The thing has to play my library well. That's it. And these are 5 that are under $30 that happen to do that well. And the BLON is a master at playing my library well. It's just epic. The QKZ VK4. Let's take this out. This is a set that's kind of interesting. I think it started around $12 and they raised it when it started becoming maybe a little more popular. It's got a very interesting upper mid type of transition. It's very much like the... Every time I look at it, I think of that. What was that set? I know the Shozy 1.1. A little different here. That could be my old rig right there. I should remeasure that. That's got the same non-jutting gain, like long, slow, and steady, which is not unlike the Unique Melody, though neither one of these are on that level. They treat it the same, and what that does is gives you the vocals sound little bit pulled back, and the other instruments feel like they're pulled forward because one is related to the other. So you get more of a sense of listening to the whole group instead of the vocalist who's supposed to actually be focused on in the mix or the production. This type of tuning kind of pulls it back a little. Lends itself to longer listening, and because it's got the elevated sub bass, it's actually quite a pleasing set for longer listening. This peak right here doesn't actually really get on my nerves too much. It doesn't actually at all for cymbal strikes or anything like that. The KZDQ6 is the newest member to the family. It's 3 dynamic drivers. I think it's around $25. It doesn't do anything wrong, and it's got a very nice overall tonality. Compared with the BLON 03, the mids aren't that different. It's got a little bit more gain, not offensive. This is where I think I would have a problem, almost around 6K, but no, I actually don't. And around 9, again, no. Surprising. I've thrown more KZs under the bus than I've propped up. This is a legit, really good set. Next one would be the Venture Electronics Bonus IE. This would be a set that's got a very similar profile, V'd up. So it's got more energy at the same 3 points. It's actually the same, pretty much right around 8.5. And then it's got more bass, and it's got more upper mid. So it's more of a V than the BLON. Sounds like it, but it's a pleasurable listen with my library, though the vocals aren't quite ideal. You can get it at $20 in its base version, which is an attached cable, or you can get something like this, which is removable 2-pin or MMCX. This is a 4.4 termination, so this is a very nice. You can take a banger beater and turn it into something much nicer if you wanted. If BLON fit better, a lot of people would have done stuff like this with it. So that is the Venture Electronics. I like it a lot. I wrecked it a long time ago. I still do. Biggest surprise to this list is probably going to be the T2 Plus. The Tinhifi was releasing several IMs in a short period of time, and when I first got the T2 Plus, this area down was pretty much gone. And I just roasted it in a video, and they immediately retuned it, and it came out like this. And I think I was so just off of the whole thing because I felt like I got used as a guinea pig. Like, will this get by? No, I'm not getting my damage because of hype crap. No. And this got sent to me. This has a lower gain, and kind of like the QKZ, it pulls the vocalist back a little bit. Again, my library's got vocalists or multiple singers. It pulls them back a little bit, and it gives a little more forward presentation to the instruments that are being played in the mix. And also, it's got quite good bass. It doesn't have anything obnoxious. It doesn't have ridiculous roll-off. This peak at 9.2, you can't see that, doesn't really stimulate me in a bad way. This is kind of interesting and different, and having this and this, that's actually, wow, that's closer than I thought. This corrected at 1K, but that's not that different. It's the gain that's more traditional on the BLON, and this actually has more bass. I've not looked at just those two on the screen before. T2 Plus, a lot of people have asked me, whatever happened to that set, why don't you like it? I just didn't listen to it. Stuff comes and stuff goes, and the first prototype that was going to be released was, I felt like people were trying to use my channel to get something up there, and I was very pissed off about that. You can watch that video if you can find it. I was freaking. I don't know if I took it down. I hope I didn't. If I did, I'll put it back up and take that out. So here's the BLON 03, and then put 1, 2, 3, 4 on top of the 5, and then you've got the 5. They're not radically different. None of them have exaggerated gain. None of them have roll off that would be adhering to the Harman target, which would be something that would be, I don't want to put that target, but it rolls down around. It starts at around 8K, which is here, and then you'll roll down. This has got more energy, all of them, than that particular target. So the post 8K has the energy for the cymbal strikes and for upper vocal harmonics and other things. This area takes care well. This part right here, which is the gain, and the vocals and the electric guitars and the guitars and stuff that can sound just obnoxious to my ears, none of them are bad. So they're similar in this area. They're also similar before I hover over it and block everything out. Let me take inspect out. This area right here is not very different. Just the T2 Plus would be different. Again, this is corrected at 1K. The bass is varying levels of bass. The ventral electronics is kind of, it's a V, and it's happy to be a V, and it's $20. No apologies needed or given. QKZ actually, or the DQ6 has the least amount of bass, but I find it to be quite an appealing set, actually. So these are not that different in the sub bass and mid bass. Remember correcting at 1K. And then if we go out to the treble, in the upper treble, varying levels of something there, and none of it's rolled off. The most rolled off would again be the DQ6, but it's not really that bad of a replay. It's actually really good. So the BLON 03, the QKZ VK4, the KZ DQ6, the Ventral Electronics Bonus IE, the Tinhifi T2 Plus. This is great as my first list because these are all sets that many people probably already have. I'm not throwing two things that you've never heard of and trying to hype it. I've done stuff like that before just because of timing. Like, this is awesome. How much is this? I haven't made a list. Let's put it together. This is obviously not that type of video because these are all known to you guys. And I recommend the 03, and I recommend the VK4 and the DQ6 and the Bonus IE and the Tinhifi T2 Plus because of their performance at their price point is absolutely acceptable and is very pleasing to the wallet and to the ear. So boom, good with that. That's it for that part of the video. This is Empire Ears. This is the Legend X. If you're familiar with my channel, you're thinking, you've had that a couple times. No, I've had it 3 times. This is the 4th time. At $2,500 a pop at least, this is 10 grand that I've spent on this set. You must be stupid. I'm not going to argue. I actually did do that. Take a look at it real quick. It's got everybody's signature. I didn't know that there's only 20 of these. Remember the gold one I had? That was 200 of that. And then before that was a wood capped, and that was regular. And then before that was the two E's facing each other on a black cap. This is a red devil with the black. You can get this red cap, but you can't get it with the black logo because this is specific to special anniversary edition. You pull this out, so you got everybody's signature up here with a nice thank you, and it's really signed by them because they closed the box so quickly. They got the ink on top of it. So at first I thought, man, that's not too cool, and I thought, it's real. So Empire Legend X Anniversary Edition. I have my 4th Empire Ears Legend X. We'll do a video about it because why would anybody buy the same earphones at that price 4 times? Because I got it and I traded it for a VX. I got it, and then I don't remember what I did with that one. Someone maybe will remind me. Then I got it, and then I did my first graph of one, and when I looked at the graph of the Empire Ears, I thought, holy crap, that's really not what I'm looking for. Well, let me go ahead and put the BLON back up. BLON 03, and then Empire Ears. I'm still building up my list. Change color. There we go. It's got a lot more bass than the BLON, and it's got treble that's about the same scale, so it's not putting up the vocals at any more obnoxious. This has also got crossovers, Sync X, and all that stuff, so it's more resolving. Obviously, I just can't get this thing out of my life. It just won't go away. Remember, boost wide, cut narrow. Some people said, is that intentional? It is actually, because it's a very limited area that's affected, and they wanted to get that out of there, and it's right at, you can't see, I gotta fix that, 52. That's a sensitive area, and I never had a problem with the original version, which was similar to this, so that. And then there's the Odyssey LCD 2C, I think. The dude that sent this to me, thank you for your patience. It'll be coming up. Just so other people know what this is, it's not a regular off-the-shelf. Acoustic mods of this thing right here. Added phaser on both sides. Replace foam on the grill. Grill mesh. Dampening on outer cup ring wall. Full dampening internal beneath the adhesive pads. Bad design for pad roll. Pad swap to ZMF outer perforated suede pads. It is comfy as fuck. Optional mod, just swap the grill. Custom closed grill underneath where I put the cable in the black pouch. This is instructions. Closed back grill for orchestral music listening. He's got this thing all set up for everything. Aesthetics. Steel grill with black chrome finish. It is a fucking stunner. Audi's long yokes. Yes, it does. Audi's new shorter genuine leather strap. Yep. Audi's carbon fiber headband. Yep. Other placebo mod. I love this. Custom balanced Kimber cable. I'll show it when I do the video. It's fucking most beautiful cable I've probably ever seen. 4-pin XLR to dual mini 4-pin XLR, as that's what that receives. 2 custom Kimber cable adapters, 4-pin XLR to 6 1/4, 6.3 1/4 inch, and 4-pin XLR to dual 3-pin XLR, and Furutech connectors. It is all set up. So this is coming up. And then also the Odyssey LCD-X is going to be done, and also I'll compare the two of them using my library. Be specific, we'll do some music play and do a traditional full vid with maybe some B-roll and stuff like that. But this, I wanted to let bro know I got you. I had to wait for that. This thing was very necessary for me. 1/4 inch 3.5 so I could measure actually. Now I got to compensate. Don't save, leave that out. So that's my top 5. And I recommend all of them for under $30. It's worth every penny, actually. There's a lot of stuff in this hobby that is not worth its money. Metric shit, hundreds of tons of garbage that fuck up the ocean and are just waste of fucking plastic and wires and whatever material is being claimed to be used on the driver. And then there's some stuff that's genuinely like, this is a good set, this plays nice. Wow, it's this price. These 5 sets are that type of set. Totally worth the money. No apologies given. If someone says, it doesn't treat my vocals right, no, I get it. Not everybody likes the same thing. For my library, what I listen to, for its price, those 5 sets get wrecked easily. That's it, and I'm out.